Morning fellas, Ben back again on another one. This time it's going to be the weight of the motorcycle. 169 kgs on the scale, that is 2 scales on 2 wheels, and with 2 liters of fuel in the fuel tank, 2.5 liters. I left some in for the fuel pump to be immersed in. So that's the weight. So if you were to dry the tank completely, then you're looking at 167.5, 168 kgs. That's the best that I could do with this motorcycle. I couldn't reduce it any further. And I'm totally fine with that. I'm very, very happy with where the motorcycle is in terms of weight. Of course, if I were to keep reducing it and I keep chopping everything, then this becomes a project bike forever and ever and ever, because reliability goes for a toss if you start chopping things, and if you start making new fuel tanks, and then there's a whole lot of testing that follows, and it takes forever to settle down. So with this, I believe the motorcycle has settled down, and I've been good with this setup for about 6 months now, almost 6 months. 6 months I've not felt like tweaking anything except for the mud flap, the rear part of it. I got a 701 Enduro mud flap, mud guard for the motorcycle, and the front didn't really suit the motorcycle's design, so I just kept the rear. I mated the rear to the stock existing high fender of the motorcycle. Spot on, if you ask me. Suits the bike like $1,000,000, and it takes care of shit. So now I don't have to pull out the tank every single time I dive into slush and mud and clean the underside of it. No problems. The mud guard takes care of it all. So that being said, 169 kgs, and I'll just walk you through what are the fundamental changes that you got to do if you want to reduce weight on your Himalayan 411 as well. To begin with, this is a BS4. A BS4 is about 5 kgs lighter than the BS6. So I already have 5 kgs to my advantage. This runs a lighter crankshaft, a lighter crank, counterbalancer, and so the engine itself weighs less. But it's a whole lot more vibey than the BS6. This bloody thing is a lot more vibey. So yeah, if you gain some, you lose some. That's all right. I'll just walk you through the rest of it. So the engine weighs less, the motorcycle in total weighs 5 kgs less. This is supposed to be 194 kgs, and so we're beginning with 194. So you will not be able to get it to 169 if you were to follow my mods. You will only be able to get it to 174 kgs, and that still is a huge weight savings. Now to begin with, on that, the 194 kgs is with fuel, 75% fuel, so that's a curb weight. If you were to reduce weight, then that'd be 184, 183 kgs without the fuel. So I'm looking at a weight savings of 15 kgs or so. I'll just walk you through the 15 kgs that I've managed to cut on this motorcycle. Aluminium rims. These rims take away a lot of weight. These rims are about I don't really remember the figures, but I'll just walk you through what reduces weight, and you can go ahead and watch my other videos where each mod that I've done to the motorcycle, I've mentioned in detail the weight savings and everything. So you can watch the other videos for the details of it. This video is just going to be primarily about me addressing the little the mods that I've done, which saves you weight. So the wheels have taken care of a lot of weight savings, and that reduces the unsprung rotational mass weight, and that translates to much quicker flickable handling, quicker acceleration, and all that kind of stuff. On the rear, I have chopped off the rear end, and I've introduced a tail tidy. This thing again saves some weight. This is aluminum. The factory fender was plastic, and it had the weight savings would be about 500 grams or so, not more than that. Then I have made the 2 seats into 1 seat. There was a little bit of weight savings there. The muffler, stock muffler versus this, easily 2 kgs of weight savings there. This is Devil 520 muffler. They also have a 420 muffler, so that will in turn reduce weight further. I have chopped off the rear passenger foot guard for footrest or footrest hanger on that side. This side I didn't. I left it there just to hold on to the muffler. So that again was about 600-700 grams of weight savings. The shock is from YSS. This saves about 1.5 kilos or more on weight savings part. And then these are aluminum dog bones, so they save a good amount of weight as well compared to the I just made a video where these dog bones are almost the same weight as the stock steel dog bones. It's just that they're shorter in length. But so not much of weight savings is because this is a beefy unit. I should have reduced a little more metal on this, but yeah, left it there because of not much of a difference. So the shock saves a good amount of weight. Aluminum foot pegs as opposed to steel foot pegs that comes on the motorcycle saves weight. Aluminum brake lever and aluminum gear lever saves a good amount of weight. The chain and the sprockets. The chain is a 520 millimeter chain compared to 520 pitch chain compared to a 525 that comes stock on the motorcycle. Reduces weight, reduces unsprung mass, quicker accelerating motorcycle. The sprocket is from a custom sprocket manufacturer called Sparrowtech. This fella, and that saves a lot of weight too. That's a 520 pitch sprocket and a 42 tooth, so that saves a lot of weight. Then what else have I done? Yeah, taken off the front lower mud guard, saving weight savings there. Aluminium rim on the front as well. This is a 1.6 as opposed to a 1.85 on the motorcycle that comes with the motorcycle. This is a 1.6, really narrow motocross style, very hardy rim, much stronger than the steel rim that comes along with Royal Enfield. So that's a good amount of weight savings. This rotor is a custom rotor, very similar to the stock rotor, but is slightly thinner in width. So that's about 4.5 mm, I guess. The stock is 5 mm. This is 4.5. There's some weight savings there. Then the entire front section. So this is where you had the subframe that held the headlight and all that bracket business. That was some weight savings. The rally tower by itself, not much. I would say about 1.5 kilos or so. But when you got rid of the entire thing, that was the tank guard, and it's not a tank guard, more like a subframe that held the headlights in place. All that put together was a good amount of weight savings. Handlebar is 560 grams. That's a huge weight saving. What else? Yeah, the hand guards and all that. This is more like adding on weight, but you got to have them for protections. And what else have I done in terms of weight saving business? Tires. These tires are smaller, shorter profile. That's this is a 90-90-21, so not much of a difference there. But this would be 120-80-18. This is an 18-inch rim. It's not a 17-inch rim. So, but even when I weighed it to in comparison to the stock rim, there's a huge weight saving. So 120-80-19 as opposed to 120-90-17. The tire is also a thinner material tire. Weight savings there. What else have I done? The spring that goes inside the fork is from YSS. This spring is the same gauge, but not the same gauge. It's slightly beefy, but weighs less compared to the stock factory spring. So a better material, better steel, I guess. Weighs less, but is beefier, bigger, I guess. I don't really remember the details. You got to watch the video for it. Yeah, that was that. Hopefully all the details helped, and you guys can also jump into this. The mirrors on the handlebar have gone, and you replace them with these trail mirrors, and these things are good to go. They do the job if you're into trail riding, but definitely not a highway mirror. No way. Please don't rely on this for highway riding business. The factory console is off. All that has been replaced by new gadgets. You guys can go check the videos out online for details. This whole thing is custom, and that was that. A little bits and pieces. I've taken off the center stand, the main stand. Yeah, I forgot. The main stand weighed about 2.5 kg, so it took the main stand off. The side stand switch, the switch that cuts off the engine is also off. That's again some weight savings there. Little bits and pieces. A lot of nuts and bolts that were not necessary. I've taken them off. The rear what do you call it, the rear rack is off. That was another 1.5 kg or 2. That's off. Yeah, now I'm starting to remember the details. And what else? The factory horn, the factory clamp. There's a big subframe. There's a big subframe that comes up here. That's off. That was a heavy unit. That's off. The horn is smaller and shorter, and just does the job. That's another bunch of weight that's being saved, and so on and so forth. Little bits and pieces, a lot of smaller bits, a lot of unnecessary bolts, unnecessary trims that I've taken off the motorcycle to reduce the overall weight. Once you jump into this, you will know what is necessary and what isn't. But the fundamentals are this: the center stand, the exhaust, or the end cam, the tail section, the rear rack, the wheels, the chain and sprockets, the front section, the tank guards and all that's gone. There's no crash guard, there's only a bash plate. The handlebar takes care of the crash protection part of it. If you get the motorcycle to be light, then you can drop the motorcycle a zillion times and the handlebar will not bend. That'll take the impact, that'll take the weight. And this is a really hardy handlebar. I've dropped the motorcycle on concrete on this multiple times with the handlebar and nothing has happened to the handlebar. So really glad that I got myself. That's a JC Moto handlebar. I've made videos on all of this. You guys can go and check out the video. This is a JC Moto thick handlebar, and that should also be a good enough mod on your motorcycles. That was that. If this helped in any which way, it helped. So go ahead, start on it, start chopping the motorcycle if need be, make it trail ready. One fantastic machine. Ben signing out for now. Ciao.